Alright, everybody. Hope you all have a great day and enjoy yourselves, no matter where you're at any given time. Welcome back to Jack World's podcast. I am Jack Langston. Most of you all know. I know it's been a while since I have done a posting here, but I think right now, real life has just been kind of crazy. I got a few moments to myself and just sit back and go, I decided to go ahead and do a podcast episode. And what we're going to be talking about today is, let's talk about the bus system, shall we? Particularly, and you're going to love this one. Yeah, you are. Greyhound. My experience with Greyhound lately has been less than stellar. The way they treat certain types of people, it kind of just makes you kind of weird. I kind of wonder what the hell is going on with the world today. I talked about this a little bit on a YouTube video live stream that I just got doing. So make sure you go to the Jack World YouTube channel. It's called Jack Langston's World, and so I can just dive on in. I'll link up with the YouTube channel down in the show notes down below later on. Now, it just amazes me how, in today's society, how we're supposed to be treated equal and everybody has the right to this and right to that and so forth and so on, that your bus system doesn't do more to accommodate the physical challenge. When you sit back here today and watch how so many people interact with them, it's kind of makes you go, okay, that's really happening. No, that's a shame. It really is. Now, we might have somebody on a later date for an interview representing all parties involved, from the disabled to the bus depots themselves. We'll see. I'm going to dig into that and see what we can come up with. But think about it. Here it is, 2022. We're going into the 6th month of the year, and we're still having these kind of issues. Now, when you're stopping off at a 10-minute stop, you got to have a little bit of common sense. It's going to take you a while to get off the bus and all that. And then, unless it's a dire need to relieve yourself or something like that, I would strongly suggest not getting off the bus. But if you've got a 30-minute layover, or a 30-minute little food stop, it'll take time. Go get your bite to eat, relax, get all that stuffiness of the Greyhound, and just take a deep breath of fresh air. And I know not all the air you smell out there can be fresh, but it's fresher than what you're getting inside the bus. Now, from the driver's aspect, if I'm sitting back here and I'm watching how these interactions occur with somebody with the physical limitations, you got to give them more time. Okay? Especially on a 5-minute, 10-minute break. Give them more time to get back to the bus. I count on my hand 3 occasions I sit back and I watched on 10-minute breaks. People almost there getting left behind because they were taking too long, because they might have had problems with the door in the rest area or the bus terminal. You cannot believe how many times you encounter that from going from one station to the next. And you walk into the restroom, and there are sometimes doors that you got open, They don't make these doors easier for somebody in a chair. Kind of makes you wonder why. It really does. They're not all universal either. You know, you go into certain parts of the country and you encounter a bus station here and a bus station there. The layouts are going to be different than they should be. They're not all going to be completely uniform. But if you're a Greyhound terminal, I do expect, or anybody else, come on, you got to expect some kind of layout that's going to be similar from one to the other. Which brings me over to the next issue on this little trip that I've had. I went into one particular bus station, and I'm sitting there waiting because we're doing a switchover from one bus to another. And I was going into a department at X amount of time. I'm sitting there. I decided to stretch my legs, cigarette, what have you. And I started looking for the bathrooms. In this particular, I think it was either St. Louis or might have been Utah. I forget which. But anyway, the point is, you had to, first of all, take an elevator up, leads you to these escalators. They let this little walking platform, and you got out of the elevator, walked across the street, and mind you, across the street to a cafe where you had to buy, get this, not something that you wanted to buy, like a regular drink or something. No, you had to buy one of their special lattes, because that's all they sold, were lattes, in various flavors and what have you. You had to buy one of those just to get an access code to the bathroom doors. Okay, now, if that's not a money grab, then I don't know what is. And I got this for you, these drinks that they were making at that rest area, that bus terminal, wasn't all that good. Wasn't worth the money. But when you gotta relieve yourself, you gotta relieve yourself. Now, let's turn tables on that just a little bit, shall we? Just a little bit. If you are dealing with a physical limitations, in a wheelchair or whatever, and you're trying to get from point A to point B, you got X amount of time to do so. And you got to go hunting for this. Don't you think that's just a little too much for somebody that's challenged like that? Come on. Well, for me, to tell you the truth, it's bullshit. Complete, utter bullshit. I'll make no bones about it. None whatsoever. I'll call a spade a spade. I wonder exactly how many people that are physically disabled ever feel that little time crunch. Have either A, missed the plane, missed their boat up, bus rather. You know, sometimes for a very long train travel. Well, we're forced to basically hold it until the next stop, and then probably have some kind of accident. Because it's been like the next stop is like 4 hours or some crap like that. You think that's right? Now, I talked about a little story in the previous video that I did on my YouTube page about how when they did a driver switch, the driver jumped down the passenger's crap because he was locked in. Can you believe that? Locked in. And what I mean by locked in is they had their wheelchair strapped down, so they wouldn't slide when the driver hit the brake or what have you. Surely, think about this. And what happened was when the driver made the switch, either they didn't talk about it or this guy just didn't know what the hell he was doing. It was kind of comical. And it kind of made me mad. You can't expect somebody to, I'll get back to that here in a second. Oh, I'm going to pause right there. And we will be right back. But we finish this one quick little thought. You can't expect one that's in the wheelchair to be able to move when you're not unhooked the straps. And if you're a driver switching out, where the hell do you get off the right? Well, you got to move. Well, you know what? Go unlock him so he can't move. That's just pure fucking stupidity. Right back after these little